Hey guys, so spoilers for Season 1 of Arcane. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to spoiler free, go ahead and drop a like on this video. Don't forget to follow me so you get notified when I upload, and come back and watch this when you're ready. And if you're still here, let's talk about my theories on how I think Season 2 of Arcane is going to run. Uh, if you remember at the end of Season 1, Jinx just launched her missile at the council chamber where the entire council, minus Hermidinger, was present. Now, I don't think every single person in that room is dead. It doesn't make sense that the room where your entire ruling body of government meets on a regular basis and everybody knows where it's at is going to be undefended from some kind of attack. That said, they're also very arrogant and never believed that the Undercity would have the kind of firepower that Hex Tech provided them. So while their windows and walls may be reinforced, they probably were not reinforced against a Hex Tech missile. That said, I think Mel is definitely going to die. She was front and center. She was right in front of the window that the missile was coming through. She's just obliterated. A memory smeared across the wall. Jace probably survives. Pretty banged up though. Probably going to open up Season 2 in the hospital. Mel's mom is going to survive for story purposes. Likewise, Caitlyn's mom is going to die for the same reason. Everybody else, I think, can go either way. I don't think they'll be super important to the main story. Just like they really weren't in Season 1 anyway. They were just kind of there. So, with the people who survive, though, once everyone's out of the hospital and they start to pick up the pieces, we're going to get into discussion of how Piltover is going to retaliate against this attack. Mel's mom is going to be out for blood. It's, from what we've seen of her character, she's going to go from 0 to nuke the whole city from orbit. And kind of hard to blame her for that. I mean, she just watched her daughter get annihilated by a missile. That said, I do believe Hermidinger will come back to the city after finding out about the attack, bringing Echo along with him as his new apprentice or protege, whatever you'd like to call him, and will caution restraint, because you can't blame an entire city for the acts of one terrorist. Jace will be on the fence, not sure which direction to go. On the one hand, his sort of kind of girlfriend died right in front of him, but on the other hand, he doesn't want his Hex Tech to be used for war, even though it's already being used against them in that capacity. Caitlyn will side with Mel's mom at first, but after talking to Hermidinger, will decide that the better course of action would be to hunt down Jinx and bring her to justice for the attack, and anybody who might be helping her or who worked in Silco's network. Vi, after some heated debate back and forth between Caitlyn and Hermidinger, will eventually come to the reluctant conclusion that Jinx does have to pay for her crimes, and that this isn't just something that she can make better by becoming a big sister again. This is how we'll get the story from the game, where Jinx will be promoted to, Caitlyn will be promoted to sheriff, and Vi will be made her deputy. At this point, Jace will repair Vi's gauntlets, allowing her to be able to more effectively combat the dangers of the Undercity. He will also have a modified Hex Tech rifle made for Caitlyn. Echo and the rest of his Firelights will assist in the cleanup operations of Piltover, thanks to Hermidinger vouching for them more or less, and giving them a safe space in the upper city away from what remains of Silco's network. Speaking of the remains of Silco's network, with his untimely demise at the end of Season 1, that's going to leave a huge power vacuum in the Undercity, one that needs to be filled rather quickly, because for better or worse, a fight is coming. Because we all know the way Mel's mom works, she's going to bide her time and build up her support until she has enough of it to push for a full-scale invasion into the Undercity. Everybody knows that. So we've got to fill that power vacuum. The question is, who amongst Silco's network is still alive that can fill that void? Honestly, there are no good answers here. Nobody who fills that void is going to be able to stand up to a full-scale attack from Piltover. We saw that in the beginning of Season 1. They just don't have the resources. That said, now that Jinx has cracked Hex Tech, she can make a buttload of Hex Tech weapons, provided they can get their hands on more of those little orb things. I can't remember what they call them. So she's going to be kind of the default choice. Of course, everyone around her plans to betray her when she makes their weapons, but though she may be crazy, she's not stupid, so she'll be planning for that in the background. Overall, it's going to come down to, I think, Jinx, Kate, and Vi having a 2v1 fight. Maybe Jinx will have a couple of friends on her side at this point. But there will definitely be a war in Season 2. At the very least, Season 2 will be the build-up to a Season 3 climactic battle. I do think the end of Season 2 would be a great time to introduce the Fjord and Ashe and her tribe, and maybe start to hint at the idea of the throne of Avison, I believe is what it's called. For those who don't play the game, that is a part of Ashe's lore where her mother goes and searches for this mythical treasure trove that would unite all of her tribes under one banner. I don't know how well that fits into the current story, but it would be interesting to see after Season 2 wraps up, if it is a full-on climactic battle, if we introduce a new tribe to the story. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and have a great day.